Hello everyone, how are you all? I really feel good the day I know that I'll be coming and connecting with you all, right? Because as the days are passing by, somehow I'm developing a bond, a connect with you all. And whenever I go through something, I read something, it always comes to my mind that why not to share with you all the same thing. Well, today I'll be talking on a different thing. First of all, I'll just want to tell you that in these days we have seen that as children starts growing up, there comes a thin gap between the parents and the children. There's a reason, because the children are independent. They want to live their life in a different way, they want to behave different way, they want to act in different way. And as parents, we have certain kind of expectations. So today I'll be focusing what is our role as an adult. I know this time has changed, the role of adult has also been changed, right? So we have to, as an adult, we have to think that what is our role, where are the areas we can really look into. So today mostly I'll be talking the philosophy or the or the answer of this question given by Dr. Maria Montessori. I will not talk about her much. You all can Google about Dr. Maria Montessori. She was a Italian physician, educator, and she found a scientific approach, ways of life, that can really elevate or develop children's life. Okay. So to start with, Dr. Maria Montessori felt that we should, as adult, understand the child has a separate entity, and we should never assume that the child is an empty vessels, okay, and waiting to be filled with our knowledge and experience. No, it's never. If we think that the child is an empty vessel, we will commit mistakes. Child has his own potential for life. He has his own psychic life, which unfolds, reveals from time to time. So that is the reason she kept on insisting that adult must aim to diminish or to give up their authoritarian attitude, like do this is how I should do, this is the way we have done, right? To diminish the authoritative behavior towards the child and help the child to develop in his fullest, okay, or develop the child or help the child to develop fullest, right? So when there is a cooperation, when there is a understanding between the child and the adult, the smooth development of the child takes place. This is very important. She kept on reiterating again and again, the child should be free from the role of dependency on adults to develop into his free and independent person. Child is an individual entity. Since the time the child has come into this world, or I would put it like this, that since the child has come into mother's womb, right? So our work as adult is to nurture that independent identity of the child. Then there will be harmony, right? Dr. Maria Montessori also emphasized that this difference between how adult work and the child learns, right? Adult work, this is a simple thing. If you give us a work, we will work, but the child learns. And that's why these days, a lot of things are coming that the child should learn play with, learning should take place through play, right? So it's not the child always learns. She said that the adult procreates while the child creates. The child likes the environment. child comes into the contact of the environment and perfect himself, in contact with the coming in contact with the environment. What does it means? That when the child comes in contact of the environment, he absorbs everything that is in surrounding him and develops himself to the fullest. What happens to the adult? Adult basically, what happens is that adult is not like this. Adult doesn't use the environment to perfect himself, right? That we all know. We all feel, okay, environment is there, we are here, we have to finish our work, that's it. So we can imagine, that's why these days so much emphasis, so much importance has been given to the prepared environment, to the correct environment, right? The next is that the aim of child work is internal one, but that of adult is an external one, right? When a child works, child, reconstructs its internal being, the psychic being. What happens with adult? Adult just takes it, finishes the work, and just, is much more concentrated on output. Okay, I have been given this work, this is not the case with the child. Child is, always processing, always reconstructing himself, always, developing his psychic world, his internal me through his work. So that's why you will always see that child is more interested in the process. And we know that adult is more interested on the output. We feel that, okay, this work has been given, we have to finish. But we will always find that the child is more interested into the process. I'll tell you, if a knob cylinder has been given to you, it's a knob cylinder is nothing but, putting the cylinders into perfect, exact knobs. What will adult do is that they will take it, put all the, cylinders into the correct knob, and their work is done. What child will do is that child will first take out the knobs, cylinders, put it in the correct knobs. Then again they will take it out. Then, try to explore that what happens if I put the small cylinder to the bigger knob, and this is the way he works for his own internal appeasement, for his own internal, development, right? So again, Dr. Maria Montessori said that child has unreleased potential, though he or she cannot manifest it properly when he or she during the childhood or infancy, whatever. But these potential abilities can only be revealed if he has been given proper environment and freedom. This is very important. Correct environment and freedom within limit, right? We as adult, we have to create that environment where the child is learning something or the other from the environment. Positive environment which is always, keeping the child's curiosity alive, and at the same time freedom within limit, right? Freedom to do whatever, the child likes within the environment, not outside the environment. To make him understand that freedom comes with responsibility. And that we have to start from very day one. Otherwise, it becomes difficulty. So, if these conditions are absent, that is, if freedom is absent, if proper environment is absent, the psychic life or the internal life or the mind of the child will not reach its potential. And when does a person, an individual human being, starts getting conflicting within himself or herself, like starts, find some conflicting interest for himself or herself, it only happens when his psychic life doesn't reach to the potential. What I have inside me, if it doesn't reach to its potential, if it doesn't reach to that level, there will be always confusion. There will be always disharmony. And when there's a disharmony inside a child, that disharmony, always affect the relationship between the child and an adult. So that is the reason I just want to say, and Dr. Maria Montessori also always emphasized that work on the child. Give the child, support the child, in whatever way to develop his internal being, rather than we becoming dominated or we becoming authoritative. Because this is becoming egocentric on the part of adult will not lead anything. So when we become cordial, when our relationship with the child is cordial, when we understand the child, when we give the child what he or she requires, the child develops into a adult, into a perfect citizen. Right? So this is what I wanted to say, and I'm sure you all as parents are much more aware these days and supporting your children. But still, since we all are working parents, sometimes we forget. Sometimes we ourselves, are intention in stress, right? So things goes away from our mind. But it is very important that when we are handling our little ones, we should be focused on our roles, on our responsibilities. Yeah, and that is how an amicable relationship, a bond will develop between adult and child. Thank you. This is for the day. I'm going to see you next time. Till the time, take care and thank you.